All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about some ways to make some extra money. That's going to be very important in this time, right? Because we're kind of going through a recession situation. Inflation is high, you know, on everything from house to clothes to rent to food, you name it. The price of everything has gone up and the price of getting paid has not. So we are going to find ways that we can help ourselves get through this time so that we can get back to that fruitful time. Now, making extra money is going to be, the way to do it. And once you get that extra money, I really want you to use that money wisely. Use it wisely. Don't just, if you get a raise on your job, don't necessarily go get yourself a bigger house just yet. Sit in that position for a little bit of time where you're making more money and setting that money aside, or putting it towards debt if you need to, putting it towards your emergency fund if you need to, investing that money or setting it aside to be invested at a later date if you need to. So don't go out and buy those new shoes yet because you got a raise or because you get a bonus. It's the end of the year right now. And during Christmas times, a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people get bonuses for their work that they've done throughout the year. So let's get into it. Okay, so number one way that we are going to earn some extra money is we're going to diversify your income. So you want to consider creating multiple streams of income. I know that's something that is used, probably overused, to be honest, but it's a real thing, guys. It's a real thing. This could be through a side job. So like you can get your little side hustle. Maybe you can do some freelance work. A lot of times we go to school, or maybe we wanted to be something when we grew up, and a lot of us don't end up doing what we wanted to do, but we have knowledge about it. So maybe you can teach others how to do those things, or do something for other people that you did learn from that. Or even starting your own small business. You can do that as well. And that will also try to help bring in some extra income. Now, number two, we're talking about investing. If you have the money saved to the side already, again, already, then you could look into investing in maybe stocks or bonds. You can look into investing in real estate, and there's all types of ways you can invest into real estate. You can look at REITs, which is kind of like real estate stock. You can look into tax liens, which is, say someone doesn't pay off their property taxes and you decide, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to put money toward their tax lien. And you can get anywhere from 18 to 36% off of your money if they decide to come back and pay that property tax. If they never pay the property tax and the redemption time passes, then you can actually own a property for pennies on the dollar doing that. You can buy tax deeds where you can, or invest in tax deeds where you're actually still purchasing homes and real estate properties, not just homes, but real estate properties for pennies on the dollar, like literally up to 90% less than what they actually would cost on a fair market value. You can buy fixer-uppers. It's just a lot of things with real estate that you have options to do. You can also buy houses or properties on wholesale, which also saves you a lot of money. But in order to invest, like I said, you want to already have money set aside and be looking for something to put your money to work in. Okay, but that can provide you some additional income. Do your research. That's very important. And then also seek some advice from some professionals or some financial advisors that can give you some extra information on that. Number three, we're going to improve your skills. Enhancing your skills. At one point in time, I remember someone told me that you are supposed to be a lifelong learner. And I have dedicated my time to just doing just that, where I've been learning not just extra stuff on top of what I already know, but also learning new things so that I can, enhance myself, improve the skills that I already currently have, and also taking on new skills. So that may mean taking a professional development course, or learning a new language, or getting a new certification inside the field you're already in. I actually have a friend, every time I turn around, she's getting a new certificate. new type of certification for the skill that she has. And that by her doing that, it allows her to earn more and more. And she does pretty well for herself because she's always improving and honing in on those skills that she has. Number 4, you want to negotiate your salary. I know a lot of times we get to these jobs and they tell you on that interview that, hey, this job is offering X, Y, and Z. It's offering, say, $20 an hour. This job is offering $16 an hour. You can negotiate that. You can negotiate it. You can always ask. There's nothing wrong with asking, well, hey, considering that I have this certificate, this amount of maybe this amount of knowledge toward the area, or maybe I've been working in this particular field for this amount of time, I have this much of experience, do you mind possibly going up to $21 an hour? Or if they're trying to pay you $50,000 a year, you could say, hey, I have this experience, I have this certification, I have this degree, can we go up to $60,000? So you want to try to negotiate those salaries, whether you're on a salary payment or salary. If you're getting paid by salary, even if you're getting paid by hourly, you will be surprised that some places will actually work with you in those negotiations. Number 5, you can rent out property. If you have extra space in your home, okay, then you can consider renting out that space. Now that may be through an Airbnb, but say you have some extra land. Maybe you can't, bring anybody into your home because maybe you got a whole family there, but maybe you got some extra land. I recall my grandfather way back in the day, when I was a little child, he had extra land and he had cattle on that land and he had horses on that land. Now the cattle belonged to him, but the horses did not, because he would rent out the extra land to people who had horses, and he would help take care of those horses for those people for a fee. So he made extra money by housing people's horses. So if you have something, maybe you can house some people's stuff for storage. If you have an extra barn or an extra outhouse or storage house, you can do those things as well. So it's not just limited to offering up your home or inside your home. You can also use your land to rent out storage. And you don't even have to go that far. You could know somebody that's about to move, and they could literally store their stuff at your house until they're about to move, and you can charge them a nominal fee, a little small fee, just for holding on to their possessions while they're in between their moves. Maybe they're waiting to move to another city or waiting for a house to become finished. Or there's many types of examples, but you can do that. Sell unwanted items. I know a lot of people may not go out and do yard selling, but a lot of people do go to yard sales, and a lot of people really appreciate yard sales because they're able to get things for a lot less than what retail price is, because they're used items. Sell out these items that you no longer need, that you no longer use. It's a quick way to make some extra cash. It may not be a lot of money, but think about it. It's going to free up some space, right? It's going to free up some space, and it's going to put some extra dollars into your savings or toward whatever it is that you're needing to put it toward, if it's debt or anything like that. You can also use online platforms like Facebook Marketplace. You have eBay, you have Amazon. All those platforms will allow you to sell used items and get you some extra money. Number 7, you can start a blog on YouTube channel. All right. I know that's something that we've seen a lot, especially since 2020. We see a lot of people have started channels. Some people have been very successful in those channels, depending on what they're talking about. I watch YouTube all the time. And so people get super chats, people get cash apps, people donate all types of money just for liking the person, liking the content. And then also YouTube will also pay you, especially if you have a larger audience, and you're getting so many views and comments and likes and engagement on there. YouTube will also cut you a check too. You can also look into advertising for different companies. Some companies will sponsor you, and then also product promotions and things. Those are all different ways that you can utilize that blog or that YouTube channel, TikTok, and even Instagram and places, platforms like that, Facebook, where you can get monetized in a plenty different ways. So just think about that. Monetize, monetize, monetize when it comes to those platforms. You can offer consulting services. That's number 8. If you're an expert in a particular field, then you can consider offering services as a consultant. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. It doesn't necessarily have to be finance. It could be something else. Maybe you know how to crochet, and you can get in and teach people how to crochet, how to use the needle, what needles to buy, what materials can be crocheted, whether that's cotton, yarn, how to make this, how to make that, how to draw out patterns. That's just for an example of something that maybe you wouldn't think about on a normal basis, but it could be a hobby of yours, or something that you're just really good at doing. I see people who cut grass for a living, and they're really good at it, and so they get on YouTube and they do these videos, and you literally just watch them cut grass and restore lawns and properties by something that they normally do. So think about that. Number 9, you can teach or tutor. Okay, if you have an expertise, just like I was saying about crocheting, you can teach people how to do it. You can tutor people on how to do just that, if they're wanting to make their own clothes. Or I've seen people even talk about they collected chickens. They now have chickens, and they take their eggs from the chickens, and they tell you about how many roosters you can have, how many hens to have, what kind of hen houses or coops to have, what to look out for. Look out for coyotes, look out for snakes and other things that may try to eat your chickens. Look out for the fox. You look out for the things to do, the do's and don'ts, basically. And so they're teaching you how to be able to successfully have and grow your chickens and do whatever you need to do, whether you're going to eat those chickens or whether you're just eating the eggs. In fact, I used to buy my eggs from a lady who has these chickens. She has chickens. She has a coop in her backyard. I think she has about 10 chickens, and a chicken, I think, lays about 1 egg a day on average. And she collects those eggs, and of course she has to separate the good ones from the bad ones. And yeah, she eats the chickens. Her son comes from college and she eats the eggs. She doesn't eat the chickens. She eats the eggs from the chickens. Her son comes and grabs chickens, and then when she has more chicken eggs than she needs, she'll sell them off. And so I would go buy those chicken eggs. Of course, you can create online courses. That does take a little time from in the beginning, but if you think about it, once that course is created, even if it takes you a couple months to create that course, once you put it on the internet, hopefully that'll become passive income, to where all you have to do is promote, and that will online course will sell over and over and over again, and you only had to make it once. Okay, so just think about that. And then our last one here is going to be saving and budgeting. Like I said, once you're making this extra money, be smart with it. Make sure you're not just spending it on something that you don't need, something that you just desire, something that you just want. You can wait. Let the money stack up in your accounts. Let the money go to an investment. Maybe pay off some debt, catch up a bill, so you're not having to incur fees and things of that nature. So you want to save it up, throw it in your budget, save it up, and then figure out what it is you want to do, or maybe another way that you want to create some extra income, and invest it in that. So you want to definitely effectively manage your money by budgeting and save it up so you can accumulate something over time. But we all know that you can't just save your way into retirement in most cases. For the people who have really high paying jobs, maybe so. But for the average American, we cannot do that alone. So you do want to save. That is step 1. But you also want to come up with different ways to not only protect your money, but also to invest your money so that it can make more money for you, so that when you go into your golden years, or to after that time where you would like to retire, you can be able to use that money to bring in more money without you having to go to work. Okay, without you having to go to a job that you don't want to do. Because like I said, my dad is 70 years old and he still drives trucks, not because he has to, but because he wants to. It keeps him going. It keeps him busy. It keeps him in shape, as far as he's able to exercise. 70-year-olds are really on average are not really out there lifting weights and running track, right? So him being able to get up and down out the truck, maybe he's putting chains on, maybe he's putting straps on, putting tarps, he's moving around, it's keeping him active, and it's keeping his respiratory, but his cardiovascular health up, even in his golden age. Okay, so those are going to be 10 things that we can do to increase the income. I do hope that you're getting something from this channel. I hope that you're getting something from this information. I definitely am glad that I'm able to bring this information to you. So I do hope that you're getting something out of it. Make sure you're sharing this information out, because some of these things, hopefully some of these things maybe you didn't think about before. Maybe others around you that have been complaining about needing to make more money, and they're not thinking of these things. So share this content out for me, please. Make sure you go over to the Pennywise channel. That is PENNYWYSE. And that's on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Also leave a comment there, and like the video, please, for me as well. Of course, here on Facebook, I'm Patience Vaughn, and so you can always do that. And there's also a page here that's called You Can Promote Yourself. You'll find this content there, but also too, if you have a side hustle or a business or something that you're doing on Facebook, you can also promote yourself in that. That's exactly what that group is created for. To my females, I do have a female group that's called Plans to Prosper. You can find that group on Facebook as well. And if you're, like I said, it's an all-female group, but you're more than welcome to get this content there as well. And then also you can also send in posts that can be placed on that channel as well. So I just want everybody to, be prosperous, to be abundant, and to be a little bit more stress-free than you were the day before. Even if you're saving a little bit at a time, just knowing and watching that grow can be very exciting for you. It can definitely remove some stressors from your life when it comes to finances, and that will remove some other stresses in other areas. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day, and I will